So crypto right now today is up as of the recording of this video about zero point 0.5, a half of a percent right now. And so I thought it was time to have this dialogue about how the Israeli Hamas war will impact crypto kind of long term, give you my 2 cents. And as always, I appreciate your time. Thank you for your support. If you haven't already done so, hit the like button and please consider subscribing to the channel because I make this content with one goal to help you know what's going on, just keep you more abreast and just keep you up to date. Okay, so with that, let's take a look at what's going on. Obviously, I'm not really going to talk about the horror around the Israeli Hamas war and the devastation and the bloodshed. I'm not going to really talk about that aspect of it. I mean, I want you to know that I'm aware of it and it's the main component. But I wanted to make this video specifically in the context of kind of giving you some insight into historically what's happened around wars and its impact on crypto. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let's lead off with the comparison again on its impact of crypto of, for example, the Russia-Ukraine war. The day that Russia invaded the Ukraine, Bitcoin dropped 8%, 8%. Okay. But I will tell you within the next 36 to 48 hours that all of that 8% loss was wiped out, was basically regained. Okay. And so in that context, if you look at what is going on right now, obviously, this is the lead page on CNN.com. Israeli warns 1.1 million people to leave northern Gaza. Israel has come out and basically just said they are going to continue to bomb and bomb and things of that nature. Again, and this is everywhere, right? I mean, you go, like, if we go to USA Today, which I haven't even gone to, but I guarantee you right there, Israel orders 1 million people to evacuate. Make that a little bit bigger for you. Whoops, sorry, wrong screen. There you go. Israel orders, Hamas still holding out on Israel. This is how the police and military are finding them. Again, just everywhere is obviously the main lead story, right? Okay. So kind of switching and talking about the impact on crypto. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that crypto's up 0.5%. Bitcoin, it's at 26.8. Ethereum is at 0.14. Tether, et cetera, so forth and so forth. Okay. So again, all of it, quite frankly, is having pretty much a negligent effect on crypto, the war. And it's not having as much of an effect as you might think. So will it affect the crypto industry? So let's take a look at a few things. So here's the thing. In general, once war breaks out, economies tend to be one of the first casualties in this first red highlighted, a region here. Wars usually cause stagnation in production in the economy. Now, the issue we have with the Israel Hamas war is it going to escalate? Is it going to get bigger? Is it going to pull other countries into it? United States is sending aircraft carriers to support in the area. We're going to be sending them financial aid, military, obviously weaponry, things of that nature. I think that the UK is doing something similar, et cetera. There's discussion, is Iran involved in any scenario? There's just different moving parts to this. Ultimately, probably the biggest fear, and I'm going to come back to this just real quickly to clarify, the biggest fear here is possibility of nuclear action. If there is a nuclear weapon discharged or exploded, it will devastate all financial markets. And that's the X factor that we don't know, the uncertainty around that, right? Okay. So just saying that for obvious sake. Yeah, interestingly enough, different sectors of the industry like engineering and military usually tend to go up, obviously, right? Stocks, things of that nature. And so what it really comes down to is right here, right now, the impact of the Israeli Hamas war is not had an impact on crypto. What's had a more of an impact on crypto is, for example, the inflation reports that we've been having coming out. We had the jobs report last week. We had the PPI report Wednesday. We had the CPI report yesterday, Thursday, showed that inflation is not really cooling. It's not going down as much as we would want it to. So the fear and uncertainty around what the Fed's going to do as far as on November 1 meeting, that has had more of an impact than the Israeli war. Now, again, I want to state up front, I am not minimizing the devastation, the horror, the loss of life. I want you to know that I get it. And I want you to know that I sincerely wish that this would have never happened. Obviously, I have zero control in this equation, but if we're just looking at the numbers and we're looking at the scenario as it plays out, the wars had no impact effectively on crypto. And I think for me, the only X factor that's out there is escalation. Is it going to get bigger? Are there going to be other countries dragged in? There's other Middle East countries that will be pulled into this conflict, this war? Okay. And then ultimately, for me, the biggest fear and uncertainty and I think that this is something that you need to be aware of, is the threat of, again, nuclear action, a nuclear weapon being exploded because or in inside or around this war. That's, to me, it. If that happens, all bets are off. And I'm not just talking about crypto. I'm talking about all major financial markets. You will see them go off of a cliff. That's what I got. It's not great, but that's the truth of where we're at. Okay. So thanks for your support. I'll see you. Have a good one. Bye.